EA Sports. It's in the game. There's no doubt about it now. This guy has to be in the All-Madden team.
Entering Gear Up for Playoffs screen, you have two options.
We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring the in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We going honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing
Entering main menu screen, play now.
victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug,
Play now pop-up menu, enter, delete.
We doing numbers.
Entering play now live screen, NFC wildcard Seattle Seahawks at San Francisco 49. Entering Gear Up for Playoffs screen, you have two options. Entering main menu screen, play now. Play now pop-up menu, you have four options. Play now is selected. Entering team select screen, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the home team, are selected. Seattle Seahawks selected. New Orleans Saints, Baltimore Ravens selected.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
New Indianapolis Colts selected. No County, Kansas, Los Angeles, Tennessee, Houston, Houston, away teams, Denver, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Buffalo Bills selected. Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears, Minnesota, Tennessee, Houston, Pittsburgh, Seattle, New Baltimore, Los, New Atlanta, Washington, San Francisco, home team selection, Houston, Texas, no, away, no, home teams, Pittsburgh, Seattle, Arizona, Tampa, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Chicago, Minnesota, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Seattle, New Buffalo, Los Angeles, New York Giants, Atlanta, Indy, Kansas City, Arizona, Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Denver, Buffalo Bills select, ready.
I'm doing big things in my life.
No, away, ready, edit you, ready. Entering game settings screen, you have 9 options. Game style option is set to simulation is selected. Event type option is set to Super Bowl. So let's parachute where the air's nice, and let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna, the 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more.
Tonight on EA Sports, it's Super Bowl Sunday. As we'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Brock Purdy and the...
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. Oh, look at the juke. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek. And we'll take a break. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to it. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, kick.
Coaching. Pop-up menu. Option. Pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Settings is selected. Entering. Controller disconnected. Pop-up. Please reconnect your controller to continue. CPU skill is selected. Enter. Set to entering. Controller disconnected. Pop-up. Please reset. Set to entering. Controller set to entering. Controller disconnected. Pop-up. Set to entering. Controller disconnected. Pop-up. Please reconnect your controller to continue. Set to 100. Punt accuracy set to set to 51. Set to punt set kick punt F set tack set to 100. Entering settings screen, you have 8 op. Entering exhibition play now screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected.
There. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. He's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game, but you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
Escaping the pressure right. Ooh, the juke. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
First down, Purdy sliding out of the pocket. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 3 yards out. And the Niners are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-to-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Triangle button. Circle button.
On first down, it's Purdy. Samuel bringing in the slant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football.
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Singletary loses it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the 1st quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Following the fumble recovery. Purdy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. And God and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's Purdy. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers continue to look good here in the 1st half of this Super Bowl.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And so they run it in on the two-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two.
The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw again on second down. Allen.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery. Purdy flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Ready to throw it on first down. Dancing to his left. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Brock Purdy.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl.
I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in two-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Allen on third. The left side caught by Diggs.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
On 2nd and 9, Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
Eluding the pressure right. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they do get him down, but not before.
Coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen. Bills selected. FS selected. SS selected. K selected. P also. QB all selected. Entering exhibition play now screen. You have 7 options.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they first and goal. Forced out to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brock Purdy,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Niners are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
We've seen this already from him in this game. 2nd time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up for
instant replay. Entering exhibition play now screen. We have 9 options. Resume selected. Triangle button. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Triangle button.
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
R1 button. Square button.
Final shot before break. Purdy. So we've reached halftime.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. A big play there on the catch and run, 66 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Khalil Shakir.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Cross button. Cross button.
Now
R1
Purdy.
button. R1 button.
Flush to his
R1
right.
button.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
A good call there by Sean McDermott to throw the flag. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
R1 button.
Purdy looking to throw.
R1 button. R1 button.
He's got Ayuk once again. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners have taken a 6-touchdown lead. They'll look to throw. It's complete. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start? Allen hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
Entering exhibition play now. Screen, you have 7 options.
They want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass.
Entering exhibition play now. Screen, you have 8 options. Resume is selected. Entering exhibition play now.
When they try to make the play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up the secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros in their career. How about this one here? They win this ball game. A game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size and victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played,
he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38. But look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 more on that one and another first down. Purdy rolling to his left. Oh, good move. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
They go with McCaffrey, and he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Allen. And Diggs has it. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards. Now to throw. They'll roll him down right. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
You know what I love about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring him second and manageable. Then they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Niners add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. They'll try to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Allen. This is brought in by the tight end, Tommy Sweeney. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills ready to take over. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Allen. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Display, and now they have to polish it off. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Jennings. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Purdy. Flushed out right. This is Jennings. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Purdy. Man open. That's Ray McLeod. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen going to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis. He's at the 30. 10, 5. Gabriel Davis, 75 yards.
And the Bills are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
An extra point by Bass, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll go option to the short side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Entering post-game screen, you have 6 options. Restart, finish game is selected.